and they died.
All of that is still to come, but first, an investigation has revealed for the first time the huge scale and indeed environmental impact of landfill sites across the UK. The new data comes from the first Europe-wide mapping effort by ITV News, Watershed Investigations and Investigate Europe. It has raised fears that hundreds of waste sites in the UK are located in zones that are flood-prone, eroding and could leak toxic waste into our ecosystems and even our waterways. Our science correspondent Martin Stew heard from locals campaigning to stop landfill leaks and from experts about what could happen if the waste sites are not cared for properly.
Behind us we've got Harbour Village Housing Estate. To the left of us we've got the beautiful River Wyre, and then in front of us we have the blight of the area.
Since Jameson Road landfill in Fleetwood reopened 2 years ago, locals have complained about headaches, breathing problems and the stench.
It's like putting your head into the bottom of your rubbish bin. It's a mixture of rotting organic matter and rotten eggs.
In March this year, the company's licence was suspended until new gas extraction infrastructure was installed. That took place in April, and topsoil is still being added to the site to reduce emissions. The Environment Agency says pollutant levels from the site, which borders a former chemical plant's landfill, generally remain within health limits, though odours continue to cause discomfort. A person who's familiar with the old ICI site told me there used to be shallow lagoons filled with acid and effluent from the chemical plant, and there's a chance forever chemicals were dumped there. There's growing evidence some of them can cause cancer.
I think this is a ticking time bomb, and I think people are suffering now, and in 10 years' time, who knows what's going to be discovered.
When it comes to landfills, this is just one tip of the iceberg. Working with Watershed Investigations and Investigate Europe, we've pieced together the locations of tens of thousands of historical and current waste and landfill sites. Jameson Road is licensed, but more than 22,000 sites lack safeguards imposed to prevent waste leaching into the nearby environment.
I think it's bigger than the post office scandal there.
In Cheshire, Paul Jackson says water with a strong chemical smell seeps onto his land and into rivers from a different old waste site.
You walk to it and it's just where, like the gas hitches. Why should we have to put up with that? Surely the companies that made the products are liable to put some of this right.
The land is just a few hundred metres from a wastewater tank connected to the mains. Our map shows 4,000 historical waste sites are in drinking water protection zones, seen here in grey. Some within metres of the areas water is extracted from. 289 landfills, like this one in Northumberland, are in coastal erosion zones, shown in black, and many more, like Jameson Road, are in areas at risk from flooding.
This is quite a monumental problem. There are tens of thousands of these sites. They are probably not all harmful, but some of them will be. And climate change through flooding, erosion, increasing rainfall is going to accelerate that risk.
The trouble is, many sites were filled before safety regulations came in.
One way of disposing of it is to spread it out, compress it, and make a foundation for playing fields and recreation grounds.
There are very limited records of what has been dumped where.
So the water appears to be coming from the landfill.
Back in Fleetwood, journalist Leanna has been sampling near the historical and current landfill sites, sharing the results with Professor Dave Megson from the University of Manchester.
So the water by the ICI old landfill was 930 nanograms, and the water near the Jameson Road landfill had PFOA levels of 560 nanograms per litre.
That's 5 to 10 times higher than what we'd hoped for in those areas. That would indicate those landfill sites are leaking then.
The company which runs Jameson Road says the site has an impermeable lining and that higher readings are most likely a result of latent contamination already in the area. Whatever the source, Professor Megson is worried.
We see plastic pollution and think it's an issue. We smell sewage pollution and think it's an issue. I'm much more concerned about these invisible risks from forever chemicals, which can cause much more severe health effects.
Yesterday, the government announced plans to better protect the public from forever chemicals. The Environment Agency says it's actively working to unearth the scale of the problem buried below our feet. Martin Stew, ITV News.
And you can read more on Martin's story on our website. Visit itv.com/news or on our streaming service ITVX.